Good morning, good morning. I've been forgetting to display. Here's the disclaimer for trading. I usually put it in the comments, but I'm gonna start showing it before I start the stream as well. Alright. Alright, so we got one more minute till we open, looking for that first day for value gap. Then we will slide this to wherever 9:30 is, 9:30 open, as we will target here for the liquidity run, or our first target. We were trading down through London and before New York opened, and then we might have in this range we are at a discount. So when we look at yesterday's range, oop, not that one, we are trading at a discount. Alright, 9:30 open. Rebalancing this gap here. On the daily analysis, we are. It's actually a 4 hour. We actually have a breaker. Yesterday was a breaker. We broke yesterday's high with this candle and yesterday's low. So you can actually see this. But we did trade inside this fair value gap. So with the order block here. So we're planning on this day being bullish. That's at least what I think it's gonna be. Alright. Got our big gap here. Small, but there. Small, but it's there. 3 of these. We might not make it down to that, but or we might blow right past it. It's at 9:31, so if we do go below it, I'd like for it to retrace below it, above it, and then retest that gap again. I have a bad feeling about this one for some reason, but we have an order block also resting here. Alright. Stop loss is here. First take profit there. Take one. What I like about this candle too is it displaced above this high here, equal highs. Then we also got a displacement above this high here too. And just to be honest with myself, I was afraid of missing my order here. So I entered a little bit too early. or not too early, but a little bit prematurely. All right, we're down in this order block here. If this doesn't hold price, of course we'd get stopped out, but hopefully we can wick above this here. Or wick and then, yeah, not have a full body close. There we go. Just watching the bodies at this point, we just want to make sure that the bodies respect these areas here, especially this fair value gap, which they did so far. Okay, news, not very high volatility news at 10:30. We did have all our major news, CPI and unemployment claims and core CPI at 8:30. Alright, looks like we're dipping down into that order block again. Still the bodies are being, still the fair value gap is supporting the bodies so far to maintain, for it to wick above it. But this body looks like it closed. Alright, and we're about to be stopped out here. Sell side resting below here. See if we can push through up here and then go back into it and then have one last try to push out of it. I would really need to see now this. Really need to see this candle close above that fair value gap. See if we can get a close up here. There we go. See if we can leave a little gap here. Like to see that remain open. We can trade down to it. I wouldn't mind it for it to retest the 931 opening gap. I've been. There we go. Get a good push out of that. Very nice. Now we're gonna want to try to aim for up here for it to break this here. It left this gap open, which is nice. But we could retest this again. Looks like we're forming in consolidation, but retail would be a triangle pattern. So we might retrace down to the middle point here. Just being patient, letting price move in our favor. And then reacting if it shows us signs of or violating PD arrays. Because the way I see it is the PD arrays, like fair value gaps and order blocks, is how do I say that? So even though you can trade off these, they are also ways where you can see if the trade's about to move against you. So like right now, it just broke yesterday's or the new day opening gap, or the 9:30 gap. It just broke that here, so we'd be looking at probably exiting this trade. Let's see what it does at this order block. I don't like that clean break of that at all. Gonna take our losses there and wait. That was loss of 45, but we were able to exit a little bit early before we got fully stopped out. Yeah, bless me. It looks like this is gonna be a liquidity run. We might try to make it down to this area here. So I'd like to see some price action down here to show me signs of some bullishness again. If we can get a we did have on the higher time frame, on the 15-minute, we did have a fair value gap here. That price was rejecting off of, or at least the lower quadrant. Probably the 25. Should see if we can gonna go ahead and take a buy here. Just one.
We were learning about, but I wanted to.
Alright, so we dipped down into the 62% retracement level. It had a one candle here that made this an order block right here. Price traded into it here on the 25% or just above the 50% of that order block. We went ahead and took a trade on that red candle. See what we do from here. See if we can get a breakaway gap or a gap. We do have, we want to see it break above this here. For these type of trades, I go ahead and move them, my stop really quickly to break even. Because if they're gonna go for me, they usually go. If they don't, then it really hurts. So, go ahead and break my stop to break even, and I would like to see this wick for price to trade above that wick. If it goes below, then we'll probably get stopped out. But I'd like for it to stay above this wick here. I see a problem with my risk to reward strategy. I risked too little on this trade. Let's see, what was this? I should have traded with at least two size. Because right now we'll have to move all the way up here before we even break even for the day. Actually, I'll make a little bit, like $30, but... Alright, we broke above this gap here. Fair value gap, good sign, good sign. Or it's hitting the top of it. There we go. Get a breakthrough. So, I don't know if this is right, but what I like to see is I like to see PD arrays being broken. If I'm bullish, I like to see these gaps being traded past, or even this one. Next one would be here. We're trading at the 930, so if we can break through the 930 opening gap, that would be really good too. See if we can get a breakthrough there. I took this trade based off this order block here and it dipping into the 62% retracement level on yesterday's range. I traded into that, had a strong movement up, validating this order block here, traded off that order block with this price going down into here, and then yeah, moving further. If we can make a fair value gap here, that would be very good. See if we can make one. Alright, and we will take... Man, I wish I had more contracts on here, but that's okay. Because I would definitely take one here and then try to leave one to run up to yesterday's high. See, because there's a lot of liquidity resting above here. I might try to squeeze this one, try to squeeze my stop up, and then try to ride it to yesterday's high since I only have one contract, or see if I can find another opportunity before if it retraces before we hit this yesterday's or the sorry about that. If it gives us another trading opportunity before we hit this here, leave a retracement before we hit, I might take another trade. If we can dip down to here, I might. It's hard to say. I'm gonna go ahead and add one here. Went back in, touched that 930. I should have been in right there, but that's okay. I'm not gonna force this one actually. If I should have got filled here, if I had put my buy stop or my limit order a little bit higher. Right now, we're not really risking anything on this trade. We lost $40, so we'll break even. I'm gonna go ahead and put my my stop loss at this high here, Let's see if we can push a little bit, push up to this. Because we should see price being held here, which it is right now, but I wouldn't like for it to see it to break again. Because if it breaks again, we need at least to displace above this buy side here. And this is where traders were trapped. So you retail traders would have seen this triangle pattern here before I would have traded this. You see a big break here, and so we would, I got stopped out there. That's fine. Saw a big break here, and they were thinking it's gonna go down lower, and then we ride the price back up, taking out their stops with this wick here. Go take another buy. Oh, didn't get filled. Oh, there it goes. Let's see if we can get. Oh. Should have had limit orders here, but I didn't. Go ahead and break that to break even. I'd like to see some. So I think we're having some troubles here. I did squeeze that stop a little bit too tight here, which probably shouldn't have done that, but should have probably put it like right here. All right. Well, we're about break even for the day. See, we're like $10 lost today. I honestly think we'll probably break through. I'm taking these buys not because, how do I say that? This trade here is not a valid, at least part of the strategy, right? But I'm taking this buy, because, I should have put an order here, but I'm taking this buy to against fear of it going against me because I moved my stop loss up here once, got stopped out, and then I moved it too close again. I got stopped out instead. I've missed so many how would you call it, runs in my favor by doing that. So whether it stops me out here or not, I'm going to just leave the trade on and see what it does. It can stop me out, but I need to conquer that fear of losing. So I'm just gonna get back into it. Because I would have been in a trade here either way if I hadn't put, and I should have not moved my stop loss up here. So to conquer that fear, I'm gonna take another order here. It did trade off of the opening gap too, or the New York gap, fair value gap at this here. So another reason for me to get back in as well. I would like for it to see us to get some really strong displacement soon on this candle. Like we want to see a lot of momentum to break that high. Hopefully we can leave the gap open. Maybe not. Get this. Pretty much almost hit it, like a little bit of ways away from hitting our target. This is definitely gonna go further down. Do another buy here. And we're gonna get stopped out. It is not 10:07. Its price action is pretty sloppy. We're just in a big range. We've broken out to the sell side. We just broke buy side here. See, so I'm gonna wait and see what it does. I don't want it to see it go for that gap again. It's gonna hit like 3 times. So I'm just gonna put my stop up here. See if we can get one last push. Go look on my 5-minute. Put that to break even. There we go. We're gonna take one off and then leave one to run. All right. All right, we are now up on the day around almost $30. Man, this was a perfect entry down here. This was like at the bottom of the bottom. I'm glad we went ahead and overcome our fear and went ahead and entered the market for it to see it to play out, because this happened to me actually yesterday. So I guess recognizing the patterns of my mistakes for moving my stop too quick, and then probably, yeah, letting the trade, being confident in the trade to run higher. This is a very, very small gap. So, I mean, you can expect price to be, wiggling inside of it, like bodies closing further than they need to go. We did have this gap that was supporting price towards the upside. And then we'll see if we can take this higher. We would probably have a trade here. This is the displacement. And we've already hit the midpoint of the gap, opening gap, or the gap from 4 o'clock to, or yesterday's close to market open at 9:30. See if we can have this gap support price, so we can go up to yesterday's high, or to the liquidity at this area. It did take it out with that wick news. This was $8:30 news, so it had a lot of volatility. But I think there's still some buy side there. think we can probably take a full, where is this at here? Side that. I'd like to pay. We can take a full one out here. Let's go to our 5-minute. Maybe do some cleanup here. Chart. So yeah, we got a big fair value gap here. Like to see price. Let's do like up here. Midpoint of that. So what time is 10:15? Okay. This was at 10:07, so from 9:50, 50. So I gave us actually the trade at 9:51 was when we started the progression towards this buy side here. See if price would respect this wick here. Gonna go ahead and move my stop. Looks like we're accumulating here. See if we can push through. If not, it's fine. We're gonna get stopped out either way with profit. Got a little volume imbalance here. Let's see. Right there. A little volume imbalance. And the wicks are respecting this volume imbalance right now. At least two of them did. Might get a full close, but that's what we'd like to see. Now we got a full close over it. Come on, give me one last push. I keep moving this take profit level, which shows my what you call it, my inexperience, but I'm gonna go ahead and take it right here at this little volume imbalance here with this green candle here. Oh, well, we got stopped up. That's fine. All right. It could go higher. Honestly, I don't really care if it was. It's probably gonna go up to my target like yesterday did. But yeah, we came out with the profit, so that was nice. I'm happy with that, at least for since I'm still learning. So we got, what is it, 36, 60, 70, 70, 93, 93 minus 40. So we got $50 of profit today. Not a lot, but um, we do need to do better risk to reward ratios and better management on my part. That's something that I realized. So like yesterday, I caught the bigger move. Like I actually traded something similar to that yesterday. Let me go back here. See. Um, so this price action is actually kind of similar to what yesterday's was, but so we had the 931 opening gap here. Price traded above it. We traded below it, and then we got in right here on this candle, and we exited here way too early. And that's where I was like, that's why I learned from yesterday that I should just watch the opening gap and make sure that it's respected to give us further signals to be bullish. So it went down into that. It still respected it, still pushed higher. So we should have got a lot more out of this trade here than what we did. I just got scared, honestly. Got scared with this big down close candle, which is what we had happen today. And I was able to overcome, or actually I got stopped out because I'm in my stop too, but I was able to get back in the trade knowing that my emotions played a part, and it would be beneficial for me to get back in the trade. So I got back in and stuck for it to take my profit, or at least hit the 50% of the yesterday's close to New York open gap. So that's what I did today. But yesterday I didn't hold for long enough. I was trading all up in here, so one of the mistakes that I made through here, in hindsight, and actually from learning some new stuff, it came up into here, right? I took a sell for it to go down. One thing is that throughout London session, we were trading down through London, so we definitely could see a swing higher. This was a judo swing here, taking out this buy side here. So judo swing, we come back up. The real trade, if we were to trade ICT's model, would be here. Actually, the real trade for trading ICT's model would be here. The reason is because this displacement here, we didn't take out buy side, where we didn't have a displacement above a previous high. But this displacement here, we take out this high here, and we took out that high with this candle. So once we even if we displaced here, technically you could probably trade off of this candle here as it dipped down into it. But once we've displaced above here, and then we displaced above here, it drew back down into this 930 opening gap, or fair value gap, and then we could take a trade here, and then aim for buy side liquidity, which would be here, here, and then whatever we have as targets on the higher time frame, which I had some yesterday that it hit. I think is like up here somewhere, but so yeah, this would be the actual trade to take. So all this price action here, even though we went up and we closed this even if we went like even to have a buy limit order here would be wrong inside this fair value gap, just for the fact that we didn't displace higher here. We didn't take out this. Now if we displaced above this high and then went into that fair value gap, the 930 opening fair value gap, then we could take a trade and we would expect price to move up, but we didn't do that here. That's why I lost this trade here. I think I took a buy here or something. I don't remember. I think I took a buy off this candle expecting it to go higher, but it didn't displace, so sometimes we needed to be patient. But I did trade off that judo swing, so we traded through this previous buy side or sell side, previous sell side here. Traded through it. There's an order block. I took a trade here off that order block, and we displaced. But anyways, so that's what I did wrong yesterday, and hopefully am overcoming some fears. We did take a lot of trades today, but we came out on the right side of the market. It just took a while. Took a couple trades for me to yeah, stay in the market for where it wants to go. So all right, so that is it. That is it. All right, I hope you guys have a lovely day, and so far, I mean, if it's luck or not, I am on the road to profitability. So far, out of 12 days, I've only lost money 2 times. So we are up. So we started with a $25,000 account. We are up $1,000 and $1,031. $1,000 and $1,031. So $1,031.80. So that's good. Definitely, I will be very happy when I hit the $1,500 mark. But yeah. So I would say good trading so far. And I'll catch you guys next time. And God bless you guys.